I am in my 30s, I am in college, and yes, I am the oldest one in most of my classes. Nobody really talks about what this looks like, so I'm showing you. This is a real day in my life. Come along. Good morning with my crazy hair. I get up and I drink my coffee. That's non-negotiable. I have to drink my coffee, read the news at first thing in the morning. But I'm going to clean up the kitchen, get my hair fixed because crazy, and then gotta go to class because that's life. I always have some frozen bananas because I like my drinks cold. If you don't know me, I am Roxy. I am a college student in my mid-30s. I am almost graduating and I'm moving to New York City in about 5 weeks. I guess while I do this, I can give you a little bit of a background of why I started college, when, and my major. I'm originally from Brazil, and I haven't done college before. I actually took classes in communication, I took classes in business, but I never finished a full degree. When I moved to the United States, I was handling problems with visa type, because now all visa types can actually go to school, and I didn't start college until later on. So I was working as a nanny at the time, and then I decided that I wanted to switch my career and try something different, maybe something that could help me grow. But I didn't have any experience in the United States other than being a nanny or just random jobs like bartending experiences and waitressing and nannying and this stuff. But I wanted to have a different kind of career. I didn't know what it was exactly, but I wanted to have something. Maybe something that helped me grow. So I started working as a front desk at a country club. It was actually a good experience. I met a lot of people. It was a country club, so I met a lot of different people than my circle. And then COVID happened, and then I got laid off. And at that same time, my husband and I, we moved to another state for his job. And I was so scared of what my life would be. I didn't have any income at the time, so I was just relying on my husband's income. So I decided that it was time that I started college. That was in 2020. I signed up and I was 31 at the time. I enrolled first in a communication major, but one time, as a funny story, a lot of people don't believe it, but I was sleeping and I had a dream. I dream a lot. And this dream, it was me talking to myself, saying, you should do something more challenging. Maybe you should do engineering. And when I woke up, I thought to myself, I'm too dumb for engineering. There's no way I can do engineering. That's for people who like math. But anyway, I decided, okay, maybe we should do a happy medium. So I changed my major to computer science. Yeah, I know. I was in high school, I was a person who did not do good in math. I was really distracted all the time. I was always talking during class. You know that person, like my mom was called into school so many times because I talked too much. So I took the risk. I was like, you know what? Nowadays we have YouTube. Well, there's so many people teaching math online. The organic chemistry professor, come on, Khan Academy. So what I did before my classes start, I went to actually Khan Academy and took some courses there, basic math, like fractions and stuff like that. And then I passed into like high school algebra, and I realized that I actually remember more than I actually taught from high school, which I guess it means that my high school wasn't so bad after all. When I started college, and enrolled in classes. They told me that I had to start with some remedial classes first. So I did. So I took that before I started pre-calculus class, and I actually started to enjoy. I found out that my reason why I didn't know math at all in high school is because I wasn't paying attention. And now as an adult, my priorities changed and I am a different person. And so noticing that I actually paid attention to class and I was doing what was supposed to be done and homework and stuff like that, I was actually not bad. Spring of 2021, I started my classes and stuff. In the summer of 2022, we decided that it was time for us to come back to California because we were really unhappy where we were. We were in Virginia. And my husband was able to get a transfer for his job. And I was working full-time and going to school full-time, but my work was remote. I was working in a call center. It was not my best job, to be honest. So we moved to California. When I enrolled I was in the community college there, so I tried to transfer to community college here. They said that my classes are not part of the requirement for computer science here in California, which meant that I had to take a bunch of additional classes. So basically in the summer of 2022, I restarted college after a year and a half doing it full time. It was heartbreaking because I was anticipating graduating in the fall of 2024. And now I'm graduating in the spring of 2026. I was so exhausted because I was working full time. I was going to school full time, taking 12 to 15. Actually, at that time, I was taking 15, 17 credits per semester, plus working full time, a 40-hour week. I was just so exhausted. I did not want to do it anymore. I almost dropped out. I transferred from the community college to a university. And now I am 5 weeks away from graduating. I cannot believe this day is coming. I can't believe it. Actually, let me show you something. I just got this a couple of weeks ago and I am just, it was a very emotional day. I felt my emotions were all over the place the day I went to get this. The reason my emotions got so crazy is because not only it took me almost 6 years to graduate while working full-time. Right now I'm not working full-time. I decided to stop last year. My husband and I had a talk and we decided otherwise I wouldn't be able to finish because my classes are during the day now and I wouldn't be able to work and study. Plus I was about to lose my mind. So we made the decision together that I will be in school full-time this last year. But not only just I was about to graduate after so long, the job market is really bad right now. If you are not following the news, if you graduate with a computer science degree, it's probably not good. When I started, it was the career of the century because everybody was working remotely and getting paid loads of money. But right now, there's too many people, too little jobs. By the way, I am doing my hair with this thing. I got influenced. This is obviously not sponsored, but like I was on Instagram and I saw a video of someone doing with this heated brushes. And then I went on Amazon and got a pack that comes with the brushes and like the attachments to like do curls and stuff. I am not good at it, but I just started learning how to do my hair after so long at 36. And I've been having so much fun with it. So this is pretty cool. Just to get a little bit too gone, baby. I've been listening all night long, all night long. You're the one dancing with your cigarette, carefree me. I wanna be with you all night long, all night long. Baby, you move me like a movie. You groove me like a groove. commute is about 30 minutes. It's honestly not too bad. Some of my classmates have way longer commute. Like some people will drive an hour and a half. So it's not too bad. I can't complain. But it's California driving, so traffic sucks. Like a lot of walking to do here to get to the class buildings. It's some people call it here Cal State Stairmaster because there's so many stairs. You're the one dancing with your cigarette. Carefree me, I wanna be with you all night long. Night long, baby, you move me like a movie. You groove me like a groove. You're doing something to me, and I wanna be the one. I wanna be the one for you. Standing there, music like a flower in your head. I wanna let your power in all night long. All night long. Early, so I'm gonna just sit here for a little bit and do some studying because this exam is gonna kick my ass on Thursday, and I want to be ready for it. So this is a regular Tuesday for me. The alarm goes off, I do my morning thing, make my protein shake, and drive to campus. And there's still a part of me that finds a little surreal. Like I'll pull into the parking lot and think, I actually did this. I signed up. I showed up, and I keep coming back. And some mornings that feels really big, even if it's just like a regular Tuesday for everyone else. Classes can be a little boring, but I do my best to keep engaged, take some notes, and just try to pay attention as much as possible. So my first class is done. I'm going to the library now because I have a meeting with some of my classmates for a presentation later. Sometimes people forget to put the deodorant. I'm gonna throw some perfume. Older with initial results and then end results, I guess, to kind of compare. Yeah, we do our final, but we don't have
we
the
can
final.
do that in
Yeah.
our final presentation.
Yeah, and then like we already have it like annotated there, so that when we need it to write the report, you guys can see the difference. Okay. Yeah. I just couldn't
add a question slide. like
Okay.
any question slide.
So maybe like we can go over like, okay, so table of contents is just like a list of what we're gonna talk about. So I can go over that. And then
Yeah.
project overview is supposed to be Wendy
You
and I, but
and-
Wendy, you got a lot of stuff on your plate now, so I can do that
I'm gonna do
one.
that one. Okay.
And so while I eat lunch, I want to talk a little bit about something I think about it a lot, which is the feeling of being too late. Because that was my biggest fear, like for years, honestly. I had this voice in my head that said that my window closed, like that I missed something, that I missed my turn, that like everyone else got a head start and I was so far behind that starting didn't even make sense anymore. And then I actually started. Like as I sat in the classroom for the first time and looked around everyone, like 18, 19 years old, like some people fresh out of high school. And I thought, okay, this is different. This is not what I imagined. And sometimes the professor is younger than me. I feel some professors are even like 10, 12 years younger than I am. But here's what I also noticed. I knew why I was there. Like I had a reason that was mine, that I had thought about it. And I don't think I had that at 18. Like I would have been going because it was the next step. That's what I have to do with life, right? Because someone told me, because that's just what you did. You wouldn't be right. And probably I would just like sleepwalk through it, just like I did when I took some classes after high school. Like I didn't take it seriously. I feel like I needed to live some life first, and I needed to figure out who I was outside of a classroom before I actually could show up and mean it. I needed to travel, I needed to move to a different country, I needed to fend for myself completely alone in a different country before I even took this step. And I think that's okay now. I think now that's actually the whole point. When I have a break from classes, I usually find a spot to study, either at the library or outside. And this part of the day is actually one of my favorites, which I did not see coming. There's something about sitting somewhere quiet with your notes and just working. No meetings, no emails, no one needing something from you, just you and the material and the problem in front of you. I have a whole playlist for this, lo-fi, instrumental, whatever keeps me focused. My classmates are probably listening to something I've never heard of. We're all figuring it out. Some days, studying is hard. Some days my brain is tired before I even sit down, and I have to push through it. Those are the days I have to remind myself why I started. And usually, that's enough to get me through the next hour and the next hour after that.
derivative of the loss function with respect to W naught. If I plug in the value, this y I hat is equal to W1.
So I'm leaving class a little earlier because my next class is through Zoom and I have a presentation. I want to get home and do it from home because it's easier. But I need to get there in time since my drive is kind of far. See you there. And I need to get ready for my presentation that is in a little bit. And then after my presentation, I have a lot of studying to do because of this exam on Thursday in a couple days, and I haven't studied that much yet. If you don't know, this is the secret to let all the anxiety out, all the nervous feeling, and just sing a little bit before you present. It's a little dance, a little singing. It always helps, never fails. Flight delays are a common issue that we have in the United States and all over the world, and they don't just cause frustration, but they also lead to lost time, higher cost, and it disrupts our plans. So
useful variables instead of like the unnecessary information that we were gathering from the entire data set. And then I can move next back to Roxy.
So for our model architecture, we used a feed-forward neural network with 2 hidden layers. The model takes 7 input features like departure time, distance, and airline. It then passes through layers of 64 and 32 neurons with ReLU activation and outputs a probability. So my presentation is done right now. I'm probably gonna take a little break. I think I need to go to the grocery store. I don't have any food at home, but I don't know. Maybe I can script something out. And then I have to study because my exam is coming up. So I'll do a little bit of, I'll take a break, maybe go for a little walk, and then study time. So I decided to take another shower before I go back to studying. Anything to procrastinate. I'm trying. So I'll see you soon. Oh, you're here. Let's go study on the couch. Nothing like spending the whole day out and doing stuff and getting home and putting on some baggy clothes. Tell me about it. Best thing in the world. By the time I get home, I'm tired. Not going to sleep tired, just the kind of tired that comes from actually using your brain all day. The kind where you feel like you did something. And I think about who I was before I made this decision. The version of me that kept putting it off, kept talking myself out of it, kept saying, maybe next year, or it's probably not worth it at this point. I think about her a lot. I don't judge her. She was scared. And fear is a really convincing liar. But I'm glad I stopped listening to it. I'm glad I signed up anyway. I'm glad I show up on random Tuesdays, even if it's hard or inconvenient or a little lonely sometimes. I used to talk myself out of it by saying I'll be in my late 30s by the time I graduate. And then I realized I'm going to be in my late 30s anyway, so I can either be in my late 30s with a degree or in my late 30s without one. That made the decision pretty easy. If you're watching this and you're sitting on something, you've been putting it off, a degree, a career change, something you told yourself you were too old or too late for, I just want you to see what a regular day looks like for someone who decided to stop waiting. It's not glamorous. It's parking lots and presentations and eating lunch alone sometimes and driving home tired, but it's mine. It's yours. No one can take it from you. And that makes all the difference.